Yeah, because it's connecting now. Oh, okay. It should be. I see the red dot. Okay, there we go. I think we're on live. Ciao. It has been a day, but welcome to another great episode of the Darren Green Show. I am your host, Darren Green. Back to give you another great episode. This is episode what will be 126. Yep. I'm here with my co-host Derek Doe. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Well, if you like what you hear, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us at TDG's Media on Instagram and Twitter. And also if you're on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and when you hit that subscribe button, please tap the bell to get notified, because I see that we have a lot of new subscribers on there, and we just want to make sure that everything is that you're getting all the notifications of the new episodes and stuff like that. Also, subscribe to the Patreon account for $2 a month. You'll have access to ad-free viewing and more. Links in the description. How was your week, Derek?
My week was good. Well, actually, the past 2 weeks, because we didn't have a show last week.
Right,
we did not. I got a dog.
Yeah. That's right. We talked about that. So, how was that? What started that?
Well, I'm a dog, more of a dog person per se. I think they're more emotionally responsive to humans than cats are. Cats are very they don't really care about anything. You just have to feed them and leave them alone. But I don't think about that when I think about a pet. I think about a pet like a companion pet and all that kind of stuff. So I like dogs, and my boyfriend knew that, and so he was like, for my birthday, he committed to getting one. I didn't know how soon we were going to get one. He was like, we have an appointment set up. We went to the Associated Humane Society, and literally went, saw the dogs, got a chance to walk him, and we left him the same day. Like, I didn't think that was going to be that fast, but we got him last Friday, and he's been here.
Oh, what's his name?
His name is Yoshi Walik.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's all that's happened this week for you?
I mean, nothing else. Oh, well, actually, two things.
Right. You did.
The press release came out yesterday that I'm going to be one of the resident reporters for the Newark News and Stories Collaborative as a resident reporter, and that's through WBGO. And I also had a nice little meeting the other night, and I'm also going to be hosting my own interactive talk show on a new app that's coming out. And so I'm excited about that. Like, it's a lot of, things are coming in, and so I'm excited.
I know I'm happy. I made sure I commented on your post. I was like, because I know you did talk about it with me the other day. I think it was a couple weeks ago, whatever. And I was like, oh my god, so that's really good that you're doing that.
I know, I'm excited. So this is the next chapter, child. We'll see how it works. And I'm still probably going to do my podcast. I just have to now.
Right. Your drink,
your dog talk. So scheduling everything now is just going to be like, oh god, like I'm literally becoming Steve Harvey. I can't be doing all these damn.
I'm Steve Harvey.
Right, have a mic every hour, different show. So
minus the coolness.
And them crazy ass suits.
Right. No. Well, I mean, my week was spring semester ended, so that's good. Huh?
Was it spring break or
not spring break? Spring semester had ended, so that means it's summer. We got the summer.
Okay.
I'm happy about that because I feel like a lot of weight is off my shoulders right now. I can focus on this and also focus on more like live streams. I want to do like music and music video reaction videos. Once guys haven't noticed, my computer is down for the week, so I'm like literally recording on my phone. And we're doing things, we're moving things, but I just have to make sure my computer is good so we can do those more things on YouTube. That's why I told everybody, if you just subscribe to me, please tap the bell to get notified, because they won't notify you. I finished my Not Another Anxiety podcast. That was like a project for those who just didn't know. That was a project I had to do for my multimedia production class, and we actually finished the first episode. It is on my Patreon account if you guys want to listen to it, but it came out really good. I'll give you the
What
unlisted
was the
link.
grade on it?
Huh?
Did it get graded?
Oh, we didn't get that yet, but let me tell you, my professor, and he probably not call it statistic, but like he was very worried that this wasn't going to be a challenge for me, right?
Because you're already
Like
podcasting every week.
Because I already do podcasts, and he felt like there was certain things that I felt like I should have added on, like I should have added more clips or whatever, or he said that I was monologuing. I'm like, it's a podcast. Like, who doesn't monologue on a podcast? So the crazy thing is, when I presented it in front of the class, everybody liked it. They loved the production. They loved my voice. Like,
Nice.
no one said anything negative about the episode. So I was like, And then he said, oh, well, the person you had on, he was talking about Nick, because I had Nick on in the interview. Well, he could have been a little bit better. I'm like, okay.
Like, my guess could have been better.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm pretty sure I passed that shit. Like, look, I worked on that thing for like months. Okay, trying to write it up, trying to record it, because I had to record on Nick's schedule, and I had to record on my schedule too, because I was doing a lot of other stuff. But like I said, once I get my full 10 episodes, it'll be published.
Okay. Well, very good.
Yes. Without further ado, let's get into these hot topics, because we late. We late like Nicki.
Oh, right. God, last night she was giving me an anxiety attack.
I miss my bomb because I can't use it. Mixer's coming soon, guys. Yeah, so we seen her on live, and she was talking about her 12th anniversary of Beam Me Up Scotty, and this is like her. It's a rap re-release, because there's other artists that started doing that, and well, she decided like, why it would be the perfect. I mean, I heard people talking about her doing this. Like, there was a lot of people saying that she was submitting some of her older songs to like Apple Music and stuff like that. So I seen it coming. Me personally, I thought it was gonna be like the single for her next project. Like, that's what I thought.
Right.
But it's okay. It's okay.
Right.
We got 2 new songs.
That was me on live last night asking, where is NM5?
Where is NM5? Okay. Well, she did give us some sort of an update. She did say she's working on it, and there was a chat room. I forgot what app it was on, but they were talking about how she said she wants to not rush everything, and take her time with this next project. Huh?
Album.
No, she needs to not rush.
But no, she was able to come. She like literally the world was waiting. Like, she almost had versus numbers last night. Like, it almost reached 1 million views last night. If she hadn't been late, she could have been able to break Instagram.
Okay.
But it was really good to see her and her little glow. Like, she looks so good. Like, she looked so fucking good. And them titties was tittying. Did you see them things?
Yeah, them titties was tittying. No, it was.
To update about motherhood, and we were in the car coming back from New York, and I was looking at the thing and like, shout out Drake. I saw Drake coming in the thing. I was like, oh shit, Drake's here, and then she brought him on. So that was a good moment to see them finally, after years of back and forth. They say about what's going on with Young Money, like seeing him give her flowers, give her roses.
Yeah, because that was like long overdue, because he was looking like a op a couple of let me stop. Anyway.
And she, gave him his due as well.
But
what song did you like? The new song, the mixtape came out.
Yeah.
It had like 3 new songs on it. 3 new songs and like 2 remixes to old songs, something like that.
Yeah, I liked the other one, Fractions. That was it was giving me very much Queen Sleaze a little bit, but like it was also giving me like a little bit of Roman. Like, she doesn't want to mention Roman no more. I get it, like you're past that, but like it was giving me very much that, and I really enjoyed the subliminals, I will say.
Were there subliminals?
There was a couple. I mean, like, she called these bitches alcoholics. I'm like, oh, okay.
What she said, friend?
Honey.
Friend.
She said a lot, okay?
And what she said. Well, I mean, listen, Nicki been throwing shots since she got here, so whatever sticks, it sticks, But it's good to see Queen Sleaze back in the building.
Yeah,
Nicki Minaj, think of the bar, make the Harajuku bar, like we're glad.
Yeah, and listening to some of the older songs like "Beam Me Up, Scotty" was a good one that I listened to. She even brought back "Boss Ass Bitch." Like that wasn't even a part of that mixtape. That was like something that was recent, really. But it was good to hear those songs again and not have to like try to scour SoundCloud to find them.
Right.
Now, can we do that with the other mixtapes? I like Playtime is Over, please. Next.
Possibly. You never know with this lady.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just good to see her, and I'm glad she's happy. And we're still waiting on this documentary.
She said that's coming soon. They said now. She said it.
And do Papa Bear's name. Maybe she's not gonna do that to us. We never.
Should be like one of those celebrities that don't really like. They have like a code name that we use.
Right. I still don't believe Blue Ivy's that baby's real name. You're not gonna make me believe that.
I mean, why not?
That baby's name is Priscilla Giselle.
Stop.
Y'all not gonna make me believe that. You're saying that baby Red Fern. I still ain't gonna believe it. It's been 8 years, and I still ain't gonna believe it.
But no, we love to see it. She done made the damn Crocs. They stock went up.
The stock definitely did.
I'm like, y'all over here flooding these damn pink Crocs. Like, come on. Nicki is an influencer. Like, I'm telling you, like brands and businesses y'all better hook on because she can sell y'all out.
But she's been doing that. That's what I'm saying. It's funny because like 10, 12, 11 years in, she's still able to do that.
Mm-hmm. We don't see those numbers with your favorite. Oop, let me stop. Let me not, because it's not about the other girls. Because they say Nicki ain't a child. You subbing me with them weak ass bars. Who was she talking about, child? I love to see it. I can't wait to see what she has more in store this year. They said this is going to be Nicki's year. So hopefully we're going to get that NM5 probably midsummer or maybe like close to fall. Whatever the case is, we're going to react on it. We're going to talk about it, and we'll love to watch the HBO documentary, which should be coming soon. They did say it was coming soon, so good thing I'm not paying for HBO Max because I'm about to be in that shit. Anyway, Porsha. Now we done got into it a little bit before we started recording.
Right. I'm surprised that Porsha is now part of Hot Topics, and it's not even part of Reality Check.
It's not even part of Reality Check.
It's a hot topic. Okay.
Porsha definitely. Let me tell you something. Because I feel like we have this thing where you're a Porsha stan, and you think that I'm a Kenya stan. I really like them all and dislike them all in certain aspects, though.
I'm not a Porsha stan. I like Porsha. I don't like Kenya, and I'm very secure in that.
Okay.
I'm not stan anybody. I stand these leaks. I don't like.
You say I stand these leaks. Okay.
Let's be clear.
Let's get into it. So, reality TV star Porsha Williams broke the internet this week after she announced her engagement with Simon Gobadi. Anyway. Gobadia. Okay. Ooh, Porsha Gobadia. Okay.
Right.
Well, the problem is this man happens to be an ex-husband of cast member Fraylin, right? Remember Fraylin, the one with the Medusa hair?
Her name is
Fallon. Oh, I said Fraylin. Ooh, girl, I'm thinking about my old homeroom teacher. Fallon. Okay. The girl with the Medusa hair that was trying to beat up LaToya for disrespecting her in her house. Yeah, well, Porsha said they weren't friends. They were never friends. But the internet says otherwise, and there was like many different people, like platforms actually sharing like different scenes of them hanging out and different scenes from other cast members calling out Porsha for being like talking to people. Like they brought up that scene where Candy was like, "You was over here at the party trying to talk to somebody else's husband, you freak." This, that, and the third. And then there's just a lot of people that's just saying she broke girl code. Okay, now Derek, you have. And it's 4 weeks. It's Friday. Has anything changed? Has anything updated? Do you see a little bit of what people are trying
to say in regards to Porsha and her situation? Has it changed? No, because I believe that I'm always gonna say that grown people, consenting adults, have the right to date how they choose to date, especially if it ain't don't make me nothing. But I think the timeline
Right.
is where people get hung up, and I think that before the story was even fleshed out, people automatically jumped on Porsha as if she was the reason that Simon and Fallon broke up, and she broke up this woman's family, and she's a home wrecker, and you stole your friend's husband, and all that, like these scandalous narratives where the timeline of their relationships, all of their relationships to each other, it just doesn't fit in that space. Now, could it be the relationships are a little too close for comfort? Where it kind of makes you like, I don't know, like you was cool with this girl, y'all on the show together, you've been in her house, and then they get divorced, and now you're her man. It just seems really messy. But again, it's like, well, first of all, Atlanta, like in any major city too, the sectors are really small and tight. So the business sector in Atlanta is there. Everybody know everybody. So Fallon was brought on the show, not because she was friends with Porsha, but because Simon and Dennis are actually friends. Like they're cool, and they're know each other in the business world, whatever. And one of the restaurants that Porsha and Dennis used to go to all the time across the street is Simon's restaurant, and they would frequent there. And that's where she met Fallon. She met Fallon at Simon's restaurant. She was like, "Oh, she was cool, blah blah." And you know how that goes when you're couples, and you're like, "Okay, well that's nice, good to see them, blah blah blah." So Real Housewives of Atlanta is an amazing platform. Anybody that's somebody in Atlanta understands that when you go into reality TV, you can do one of two things. You can go on there and make a fool of yourself, or you can go on there and make some fucking money, right? So it's an opportunity, not just for Fallon to share her story, because I really don't think that anybody was interested in her story. Like, we only saw her twice. Still don't know anything about her. Don't know about what she does. LaToya kind of lambasted her. It's like, oh yeah, you look like a girl that dates older men for money. We don't know what this woman does. You know what I mean? So, with Porsha, she was like, okay, well, I gave her my number. She said she invited her over to the house to see the house and do the pool thing. And, Porsha's like, well, I got my sister and my other friend, so it's just an opportunity to get a chance to meet her. She didn't know her. I don't know you, Phaedra. You know what I mean? So they were never coochie crunch friends. The only other time they filmed together was at the Halloween party, and that's cast stuff. Like, that's when you sign your contracts, that's work. You know what I mean? Now, outside of that, the situation with Fallon and Simon, Fallon cheated on Simon, and that's why he filed for divorce in January. Now, since January, since him filing for divorce, he had been dating other people, right? Like, he went this other girl that posted on Instagram the other day about her being in his car. It's like, oh wow, as if he was dating Porsha while he was seeing this girl while dating Porsha, or that he cheated on Porsha with this white girl. And then he went and he posted, it was like, he posted the timestamp from the actual picture and said, this is from March 31st. Definitely said that me and Porsha didn't even start dating until April. So, it's like the timeline, like, Porsha's been taking on most of the heat because she's the celebrity in the situation, right? But Porsha was single. Porsha ain't break up nobody's marriage. This man was already dating after filing divorce from his wife, right? That means it's free game. And if he's interested in Porsha, and if Dennis, who is the baby daddy, not the fiance, not the husband, is grown enough to be like, okay, if this is the move we want to make, as long as it doesn't negatively affect my child, he's going to be good to my kid because I know that he's good to his kids. Okay, PJ, and so for those adults to be able to come together and be like, and it'd be a positive thing for them. It's not scandalous or whatever. The public made it more scandalous.
It's a little scandalous though. Even if everybody's okay with it, it still looks weird.
It looks weird. I mean, most of the I always say, people, look at your own family and go question all the couples and start questioning who's the baby daddy for this cousin if the mom ain't married. It's a lot of scandalous shit that go on every day.
Well, however, I can't speak for other people but myself.
But poor people need to stay out of rich folks' business because it's a totally different game.
I mean, I guess that's true to a certain extent, but there was a lot of rich people that were saying a lot of things about it.
But even in dating now, even in a dating sense, like the dating pool is a lot smaller when you're looking for a specific type of thing. Porsha is very clear about what she wants. You've been watching it for a long time.
Money, we get it.
Porsha is not going to date she's not broke ass nigga. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen.
I mean, I don't want it to, but I'm just saying.
And
that,
I already said I'm not cool with Fallon like that.
I
don't know her like that. Well, we taped together, but she don't.
But now it's not. I'm not cool with her. But you was in her face.
She said we're not friends. She has no loyalty to that woman. She doesn't owe her anything.
Her
if Fallon decided to date Dennis tomorrow, all the story we now is like, oh, they just a bunch of swingers.
Hell nah. See,
I'm just saying, like,
and I think because I heard when you went on live the other day, you said that I think that for some people because this had happened to certain people, I think, and that's why they're taking it personal. I'm like, yeah, like we've all been, the in this community that we reside in.
But quit projecting your trauma on other lives. It's not fair. Your best friend stole your man. That's different than what happened there. She didn't steal or break up anybody's family. That's what part I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that she's being labeled as a homewrecker when that's not what happened. If you're going to deal with the story, deal with the facts of the story, and not just projecting your own trauma from what's happened to you or what you perceive to have happened. When the facts are presented and the timeline is presented where it doesn't make sense and it doesn't fit your narrative anymore.
Well, I definitely feel like a lot of people shouldn't have jumped to that whole narrative of, well, she's a homewrecker. Technically, she's not a homewrecker. I never said that. I said that the shit was strange. It was a little strange. Nene said it was strange. A lot of people said the shit was strange. It's the way it was presented. She went to her house or whatever, and at that time, it looked like, okay, she may have known him before because of Dennis, but the way she was looking at that scene when we first seen them together, like they just met for the first time. And it just looked a little weird when you look back at the pictures. They took pictures together. They hung out together. They hung out off camera. Those pictures that you see with them hanging out, that was off camera. That was off. So they had hung out before. It just looked a little strange. I know for me, I can only speak for me. I don't know what anybody else does. I bring you into my house. I introduce you to my significant other, husband, whatever you name it. We fall out and you start dating them. I don't care if you was just I don't care if it was a +1. Okay, maybe.
I mean, I don't have any loyalty to you, so that's what I'm saying. Like the idea is that there's like some code or some sense of loyalty that you owe to family, and there's
we build a rapport together.
Doesn't matter. I can build rapport with people that work at Whole Foods, and I'll still take their man if I want to.
Well,
what I'm saying is there is no loyalty between either party because they are not they're not friends.
They're not friends. They're not friends now.
But if they were friends, if this was Shamia getting divorced and this was Shamia's ex-husband, then it would be like, Porsha, that's some trifling ass shit because ain't no way. There's no way.
Because these are best friends, yeah.
Because that's your best friend. There's a relationship.
But there were some people even saying, oh, well, I mean, if it happens with your best friend, then it happens. What? Sorry, we ain't doing that.
Well, I don't know. Grown people can do what grown people do. And I mean, also another part that Tammy brought up is about like the production, and I also did this too. Remember Kenya a couple years ago talked about Porsha getting the what was it, the Lamborghini? What was the car? She got a car
from some African,
right? From some African man. And so I'm like, Kenya's insinuating like, is this the African man that bought her the car? Right. So now, if production did find out that tea, and then orchestrated for the opportunity for Fallon to come on the show and bringing her in as Porsha's friend and like kind of creating this like storyline. It's kind of sad because that means they use Fallon and they're gonna throw her away because she's not coming back next season.
Oh, of course.
Porsha just got offered a spinoff, and
yeah, I'm good that you mentioned that. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, she was offered the spinoff.
But that was 2 months ago, before this news broke, so it was already in the works. But
so it was already. I just heard Candy get one too. But
yeah, heard that today. Candy get a spinoff every.
I'm like everybody getting a spinoff. Kenya and Cynthia basically getting a spinoff with this whole
the cast, the
All-Star thing.
I mean, the ratings for Real Housewives of Atlanta this season was really low. The ratings were low. So they had to go get this checks from somewhere else. Like, we got to make this money off somebody.
No,
and
Bravo made the right decision. Let me tell you, because I was not waiting on this situation to happen this week for the next season. If it was in the works for her to do, already have a spinoff, that's perfect timing, because now we can really get into the spinoff can have some teeth. And I know I said before when it was fresh, I was like, oh, you go ahead, watch it. I'm gonna give her an episode.
Shit. Y'all gonna watch this. Y'all gonna watch Porsha Luther King to see how she make this movement go forward.
And that's the thing. I had to tell my best friend this because we were talking about this periodically. I don't dislike Porsha. I just think that some of the decisions is just a little strange, but it's okay. I'm learning that people's values are different than mine.
That part.
And there we go. Okay.
And she's happy. And I think that's what He's happy. Dennis is happy. Simon's happy. Fallon's happy and healing. So I don't know what we mad for. PJ will be happy. Get money, bitch. I know that's right.
Let me get my bag anyway.
Right. You need to go find your look. Well, I'm not gonna promote scandals. Like, you need to find you some rich friends who got marriage troubles, and you just enjoy their pool parties and then eat their barbecue, and then do like Porsha did and be like, this is a pack ass house. I can't wait to change this wallpaper. And God will put you in the right place at the right time.
Stop. We are not promoting that. We don't endorse that. Okay, so
I endorse it. We talked about this in season 1. That I'm a former vice president of the SPA. So, luckily Porsha doesn't fall into that category. She's like a rebound or a rebound of a rebound. It works out, it works out. But my thing is, like, I'm not expecting Porsha to walk down the aisle to this man. I'm not expecting I'm not.
So you're not expecting this to actually.
In my brain, I haven't thought that far. But like, oh, she's really going to marry this man. Well, I haven't seen her have a successful relationship past Cordell yet. So I don't see that. If she ain't married the dude she had a baby with, well, he also wasn't worth $50 million. I don't know. It's questionable.
I mean, this is a hell of a commission.
I just see that this is great. It's her, trying love again in a strange place. Rihanna wrote a song about that. We found love in a hopeless place. They both were in hopeless places, and they found love. And it should be celebrated if they're happy. If she walks down the aisle, great. If she doesn't, we'll get to talk about it next season.
And it's more content for us. Okay.
Right. Feed us, Miss Williams, please.
Because, honey, everybody else, not you walked off set, Nene.
Right. Hold on, wait. My laptop.
Okay. Don't do that. Because last time you
had to go put my phone on silent.
Right.
Oh yeah, last time I did that, my laptop cut off and I had to wait.
It cut off. I was like, oh my God. So Joe Budden.
Yeah, so good for her. So Joe Budden, tell me, because I think you're the one that's been following this topic. I don't.
Yeah, because I really watch. Oh wow, I'm back home. Anyway, I really
for you.
Yeah, I really do enjoy watching the Joe Budden podcast, but it looks like the popular show he done kicked off his co-host. And I think it's for good this time. I would have shared the screen, huh?
He fired them both?
Oh, yeah. They got into it again, I guess, behind the scenes. And he posted the entire episode on his Patreon account, but I was able to, get the little free version.
And now you're in a little finesse.
A little finesse or whatever. I heard the whole thing, and there was some things that hit the fan. When they came back because they actually came back and did like 2 episodes, but they said that shit wasn't it was still kind of weird. When you fall out with somebody and then y'all make up and then y'all hang out and it's weird and you never hang out with them again.
No, because if I fall out with you, it's very.
I forgot. Yeah. Y'all Aries, honey. Y'all fall out with people, child. You don't never see them again.
Well, I mean, there are 8 billion people on the planet. I don't need you to fuck over me more than once or twice for me to know. Oh, you know what? You're not supposed to be in my orbit. So I'm just going about my business.
What? Okay, well, I could relate to what they went through because as a Libra, I do forgive certain people, not everybody. But when you fall out with somebody and then you hang out with them that one time and it's kind of weird and you just don't, okay, well, see you again. You never see them again. That's basically what happened there. And I guess they still didn't come to an agreement. And Joe Budden went off. Like he said that he publicly said that y'all fired on the show. I wish I could share the screen, but I can't. I'm on my phone. It's whatever. But he said a lot. Like he even went as far as to say that y'all can't do another podcast because y'all under contract.
He started talking about contract stuff.
I'm like, dang, you the radio? Because he's doing it because of competition. Because radio, I like radio stations.
Non-competition
like
in their contract.
I'm like, damn, okay, I didn't know you could do that with podcasts with shit.
I mean, you can do any form of media.
But it's like, it's nasty. Like, I would never, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that this is a conversation that I have because I have, like, understanding that with his show, yes, it's called the Joe Budden Podcast, but, like, let's be clear, these co-hosts, not saying that they made the show, but the collaborative, essence of the three of them, it made a moment in pop culture, I guess, at some point. This is a popular podcast. And I think that to treat your co-hosts like that, like just like employees, you know what I'm saying? Like technically they are, but like they're also your friends as well. It was a little weird for me.
Yeah. Well, you ever try some shit like that?
I didn't want to bring up the elephant in the room.
Right, like we bring the elephant up in the room, or
I got some problems with you, Derek.
Well, let's. I'm always about clear air, baby, because I got asthma. Make sure the air is.
But no, I would never. Not that I'm like, I'm scared of you. But like, I would never do it because that's nasty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's ways to get what you want to say out of people. Like, there's times where we've talked about like certain things. I'm like, maybe you shouldn't do this, or let me do it this way, or let's go. Yeah, but we do it in a respectful way because at the end of the day, like,
you want the best for the show.
Yeah.
And it's not just personal. It's nothing personal.
Like he cursed them out on the show. Like I was like for a whole 2 hours.
See, but that's that New York shit because ain't no way.
Nah, he's from Jersey.
Huh? Oh, he's from Jersey?
Joe Biden's from Jersey, I believe.
Oh, that makes sense too. That makes a little more sense. I mean, they cuss out their parents here, so.
But for a whole 2 hours, damn.
Bless his heart. He'll get over it. So he looking for co-hosts?
Well, he got his other people.
Look, they're like.
Well, I mean, like, look.
Darren, you got your resume together?
Hello, look. Let me look. I mean, I think he's just gonna have the other people that was on the last couple weeks.
Wait, is this the one that Remy Ma's on?
No. This is his podcast. That was the State of the Culture or whatever. That was another. That was like a Revolt. That was on Revolt.
Revolt show.
Oh, yeah. This is his personal brand, and I'm looking at it like. You can't afford this because I remember last time when y'all first fell out. I know we can't look at the dislikes, but you had more dislikes than likes. Like that's kind of uncommon on YouTube. Like you have to really like piss some people off.
I mean, I don't know if people really take Joe Budden by himself. Like you think of Joe Budden as a curmudgeon, right? So it only works when he has like some type of conflict or have like some opposing opinion with other people. Like Joe Budden's that type of person you put on a panel to shake shit up because he's gonna say something crazy or he's gonna have an opinion that's valid, but his delivery is gonna be off. He's gonna be very stubborn when it comes to listen to other people's opinions. He's very much like, well, I just think that Joe Budden by himself isn't good. And so he's gonna have to have.
What you was about to say? He's like a version of you?
Oh no, that's not what I was gonna say. Is he like a version of me?
I feel like you're nicer. Like you're nicer, but like you.
I love when y'all be out here. I just love when people be loud and wrong. That's all. That's the only thing. Like y'all be
when they be loud and wrong.
If you're gonna be loud, just don't be loud and wrong. Like that's all cool with me. I just come with y'all with facts. Always we whine. I always try to bring facts to the table because facts and feelings don't really go well together. So I was like, it doesn't matter about how I feel about something. I'm just going to information to you that you can be that's verifiable, and you can have your feelings about it. I don't have any feelings about it. These are what the facts say.
And that's kind of how we work too.
And when you buck the facts, it's like, hey, you hear yourself. Like this is the fact. We're not talking about how you feel. This is the fact. But that's just me.
Right. And I guess that's how we kind of get into our banter because like you bring the facts. I'm more
and you're the Libra. That's how I feel about it. This is
I feel that. Look, I don't care. Look,
this is my opinion. I was like, and these are the facts, okay? And then I'd be like, now my opinion on this fact is this. However, these are the facts. But yeah, well, good luck to Joe Budden and to whoever decides to sign that horrible contract to be walked on like Mal and Rory.
I mean, it was diarrhea of the mouth. Like you sure? I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be people that's gonna line up to be on his show. Like that's a big platform. But oh damn, I can't do another podcast if we were to like breach if we were to like leave or whatever. You still gonna pay me? Like, are they still getting paid?
Right, you'd have to pay me. Like, you have to buy me out my contract because ain't no way you're gonna tell me I can't work. You fired me and I can't work. You crazy as hell. In what America? This is a whole new America now. Bitch, I'm filing unemployment on your ass. Give me my money.
Shit.
I want all of my coins.
I'm like, damn.
Mr. Budden.
But no, Joe Budden, he really got it was weird. It was really, really weird. I had high hopes for them too. I was like, when they came back, I was like, oh, they're gonna fix this, but child. All that testosterone and all that. Don't nobody want to resolve nothing. Anyway, speaking of shows and potentially ending, Ellen, after 19 seasons, she announced that she will not be continuing the Ellen show.
She couldn't wait till 20. She could have went 20 seasons.
Oh, don't tell her that. She'll get attitude with you.
Why?
You ain't see her in that interview. That girl. Oh my gosh.
Well, she said she felt like she was blindsided. It was very organized and like.
Yeah, the girl was like, "Why not stop at?" The girl literally said, "Why not stop at 20?" She said, "I mean, it's okay. 19 is good." Like she was.
Remember, 19 seasons of the Ellen show. Like, girl, give me 20 and go.
It seemed like she didn't want to end it, judging by that interview.
Yeah, I don't think she does, but she just,
I think she's kind of like forced, but it's like
she's scarred.
And here's my thing: maybe I'm just like late to the Ellen conspiracy or whatever. Like I'm about to give you my little Sharon right now. Like, teach me, educate me. What did she do that was that wrong again? Like, I mean, I know. Okay, she was doing a lot of like fucked up shit behind the scenes, but was it that serious?
You said she was doing fucked up shit. It's just that it was a toxic work environment. But I mean, it's been 20 years. You can have a toxic work environment for another year.
Not. And let's be clear, your favorite talk show hosts, come on. They're nice behind the scenes, really.
I don't know. I mean, it's funny. Ellen is one of the people that I wouldn't even expect to have that kind of workplace. I just feel like the type of character she is, I expect to go backstage at her show and it's like a whole Eminem wall or some shit. Like,
not an Eminem wall.
Seems to be hopped up on hot cocoa and Adderall. I wouldn't see that being a toxic place for her. Now, Oprah's show, I would probably be walking on
Oprah's definitely cursing somebody else.
Right.
Oprah definitely
Oprah ain't gonna curse you out. She got people that curse you off for her and she'll walk. How y'all doing?
Well, let me tell you something. Don't ever do that shit again.
Right. Close the door, please. Now, I don't know what the fuck was going on out there, but never let it happen again.
Look, especially with that whole Harry and Meghan Markle thing. Did that boy just tell me that we already mentioned it? Y'all, if I ask a question, I'm asking goddamn. Look, let's be clear. I mean, there's people saying that you can't touch her, you can't look at her the wrong way. I don't know. I mean, I just feel like I feel like
who, Ellen?
Yeah, Ellen.
You can't look at her.
Like there was a lot of people that said you can't like look at her somewhere, you can't touch her.
Why you want to touch her?
Like, oh, it's Ellen. Like, oh my God, like I want a hug or something like that. Like,
Oh, okay. Well, Ellen used to be very personable when she was a comedian, like her shows and stuff like that. She's always been like, But after a while, I think that people get tired of being like.
It becomes like a PTS almost.
Yeah, it's just like
everybody want to touch you. Everybody want to say hi to you, take pictures.
Yeah, I'm watch the show. I'm going home. The people I know their names. Okay,
don't touch me. Don't even look my way.
Wakanda.
I did think about stuff like that. It's like, what if you get like super, super like Beyonce famous, and it's like it could be annoying. Like you can't do the stuff that you used to do without a bunch of people.
I know that my anxiety would take the best of me. I love people, but at the same time, I don't like people. So I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna give you all this energy, but you gotta protect yourself because everybody ain't
Mm-hmm.
you can't be touching on everybody. You can't share space with everybody because energy is contagious. So I'm with the whole like don't touch me thing unless I know your energy.
Right. One other thing, they said that sources close to NBC say that they want to have Tiffany Haddish take over the slot.
Yeah, I saw her guest host. I have this like love-hate relationship with Tiffany Haddish. I think that she is like Aunt Jemima. She has very like an Aunt Jemima style of humor. And no, but I mean, she's like Tracy Morgan. Is like she's like a female Tracy Morgan to me. It's like they're funny, but they're not that funny. You know what I mean? It's like like Jim Carrey. Now Jim Carrey's hilarious. He's a hilarious like physical actor, but he has range. But even like looking at the early part of his career, like Ace Ventura, like the overacting kind of thing, I feel like that's her stick. And I just
this is noise.
It doesn't relate as real to me. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be interesting to see her as a talk show host. I saw her interview with damn, I don't want to mess her name.
What would she talk about? Like I don't know.
What's the girl name that played Billie Holiday? Audra Day.
Yeah.
I watched the Audra Day interview when she was guest hosting on Ellen. And I was like, that's cute. Like, I feel like she gives a different energy. She gives that Steve Harvey type energy, which is probably why she's hosting, that kid show that Cosby used to host. But yeah, I mean,
I see her on a Comedy Central type thing, like with Leslie Jones and them.
Yeah, something like that. Daytime.
Like sometimes we don't want that. We don't want too much of that energy. Like it's. I mean, it's going to be really hard to have a successful show now that, mind you, people are not watching TV like that.
I'd rather Regina King get a daytime talk show. Yeah.
Now that's too serious.
No, she has a great personality. She's very, very light. I mean, the work that she does touches on certain themes, but she's a very light person. Like, I feel like the conversation would be more intelligent. Not taken away from Tiffany Haddish's intelligence, but I'm saying is when they're like people that are guests are like real like serious topics, like she'd be able to like really give us real good information and like set the tone.
Right.
Tiffany's gonna like mammy everything up, and it's just like
not mammy. Call that girl a whole minstrel show.
I don't know how I feel about that. But people can say the same thing with me, child. I don't know. Good luck to all of them. I wish her well. It's a black woman getting a TV show, so we're definitely gonna support it. However, whatever that looks like.
Period.
You can watch it and tell us all about it.
Now I could watch it. First of all, I used to always. I don't know what time Ellen comes on, so it's like that's the afternoon.
Right.
I'm mornings. I'm watching Wendy Williams.
For people who are unemployed or the women that still have kids in the home and their husbands don't let them work.
Right. Like I'm watching Wendy, then I'm watching The View, and then I'm on my computer next, so I'm working on things. Like that's the rest of the day.
But it's good. It'll introduce her to a new audience, and I think that she'll go over well. She's entertaining, so it'll be a good look for her. And it's the next step. It's also a next level. Like you got a daytime talk show, your asking rate just keeps on. Someday we'll hit the report that Tiffany Haddish is the highest paid black comedian or comedian in the industry.
Well, anybody else really in the race, so okay.
Yeah, Monique's gonna be pissed.
Not Monique is gonna be the Lil' Kim. Oh, let me stop.
Oh, God.
Let me stop. She's with Unity. She would never be like that.
I support that sister.
But we gotta understand her. We gotta understand that. Right. Let me stop. Right. Anyway, news and music, huh?
Oh, thanks, babe. You made me a drink because I have this rule: we don't drink alone. Oh, so you make a drink, you gotta make me one. Then if I make a drink, I have to, negotiate whether or not he won't. Depends or he'll want one.
I was about to go to the liquor store and get me a damn wine, but I don't know. I'm probably gonna drink later because.
Oh, speaking of liquor, make sure that you guys stay tuned because later in the show we have a special guest.
Yes, we do.
Miss LaCour, Hirsch LaCour is going to be joining us probably in the next 10-15 minutes. So make sure that you keep watching. So now, what else is going on in music? We'll move to the news and music section.
Right. One thing I got so far Well, academics did say that could be some beef between Rick Ross and Meek Mill. Apparently,
Oh Lord, Rick Ross done got skinny and started beefing with everybody.
well, yeah, they said that there was some kind of party that I guess Meek was kind of like barred from or whatever. I was like, oh, well,
Was he vaccinated? It could be a reason.
That could be. Look, he probably wasn't vaccinated, guys.
We're in the age of Rona. You're like, you ain't
okay.
You can't come here, boo.
You can't come in here, honey. You got to get that. You need that. With the vaccination passport.
Right. Where's your vaccine passport?
You heard about that too? They said that there's going to be like a certain time, like people that got vaccinated don't have to wear masks anymore or whatever. But like the people that didn't get vaccinated, you still got to wear your mask. I'm like,
how y'all gonna check that? I don't know how that's gonna be.
I'm gonna have to walk around with my damn. I got my damn. Look, here's the proof.
I'm always looking. Well, you know,
I'd rather just wear a mask.
Where is the CDC hiring for vaccine enforcement? Because I work at somebody's restaurant. I'm sorry. Can you show your card, please? Oh, I'm sorry. You have to put your mask on. Can I see your card, please? Oh, you got to put your mask on.
This is what I don't like about that though, and we digressing, but it's whatever. I don't like how everyone is saying that, oh, it's a choice, but it's not really a choice if I can't do certain things. If I can't go here, I can't go to college, I can't do this.
No, it's still your choice. It's your choice, but choices have rewards and consequences. The reward of getting vaccinated is that because you're not going to be out here spreading this virus that's been killing people, you get a chance to, go back to regular life before those who are still at risk. Without getting the vaccine, you're still at risk. You get the vaccine, the risk is increased by almost 90%. So, there's a reward to getting vaccinated. For people who say, I want to just go back outside, I want my freedom. Well, look at history. What happened during smallpox? Like, you have to, these are things, and we spoke about this months ago. I was like, this is what's going to happen. This is going to be down the pipeline, because even when it came to schools, they required certain immunizations before you get admitted to public schools. And that's from K through 12 all the way to the university level. You have to show your immunization record, because they don't want to put other people at risk for catching a virus or catching something that could be debilitating. So while we're in the middle of this global public health emergency, that's just how it goes. If you do these steps that decrease the virus, then you have privilege to do X, Y, and Z, like vaccine privilege, if you will. So it was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. And so now people will have a choice to make. Either you wait it out to where, we reach herd immunity and the virus, goes on by this business and the numbers drop relatively low, and your risk of catching it as an unvaccinated person is lower because enough people around you have been vaccinated or have caught the virus and have built up immunity to it. That way it's not a very present danger, but at the moment it's still killing people. And so it was bound to happen. And so now this is the next phase of like, how do we get to the other side? And unfortunately, this is the oil in the water in the bottle. And you just have to figure out which side you're.
Which side, honey?
Yeah, which drop
vaccinated and be able to do everything or not? Oh, well, okay. Anyway, more over on some music. Lil Nas X will be dropping his new single next week, actually.
Oh, okay.
Sun Goes Down. Yeah.
Clip? Clip out? Is there like a clip? Is there like
he's been posting on TikTok. I've heard it a little bit. It sounds a little rappy, so we're gonna get some raps from him. That's good. That's interesting.
Finally, they've been saying he's a rapper for the past 4 years, and they ain't heard not one rap song.
Not heard not one bar. Okay. Well, another song is coming out that day too.
What? What's coming on? Oh, wait. Lil Nas X is dropping a song on May 21st.
Yeah, it's next week.
Oh, wow. Next Friday, you say?
Yes. Wow,
that's gonna be a major day for music.
It is.
I'm so excited. I hear that Chop is dropping on that day.
Uh-huh.
Right. Are you excited? Because that's your favorite song.
It is. I cannot wait to be able to stream it and share it. And
it's actually so much fun. We'll do a listen on the show.
I was gonna ask you about that. Yeah.
Yeah, we can definitely do a listen on the show and get people to go and stream it, and we can.
I was also thinking. No, never mind. No, I was thinking of doing because I wanted to get back to doing my reaction videos. But I guess you're gonna do a music video for that.
For Chop, I intend on doing a music video for Chop. I'm just praying that the funding sources come through.
Well, if that happens, we'll do a reaction video on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'll have you on and you'll talk about like the different scenes and stuff like that. Like, you know how reaction videos work. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the plan. I'm hoping to do a music video this summer. I also have there's another song that I'm working on. And hopefully I'll be able to get in the studio next week. I just talked to my engineer the night before last, called Outside. A little summer bop about being outside and like finally like getting back into those spaces and the beaches and the parks and all those things. So that's gonna be cute too. I'm excited about this summer. It's gonna be a good little summer in the dollhouse. So
it will be.
So Sun Goes Down. This is the one where he's in the all white. So he went to hell last single. So this is the single that he's dropping in heaven, right?
Well, hopefully. I mean,
he will be twerking on St. Peter.
Oh no. We don't know what he's gonna be doing, but this seems to be like a different theme. And I did say this earlier. I was like, I'm glad that he's able to express himself with the first one. Right. But I will say, like, the theme is gonna have to change because a lot of people, they're not ready. They ain't ready for it. But I think this is gonna be good. I think this is gonna be like, we're gonna get some bars. We're gonna really see how he is with a rap song, and it sounds a little trap too. I'm like, okay, all right.
Well, can't wait to hear it. We love the song. We're all gonna buy it.
We're all gonna buy it. Anyway, let's get into reality check. You already know what time it is.
Oh yay! Yay! All right. Well, today we have the honor of bringing on one of the faves from the cast of Chasing LA. Over the past few weeks, we've been kind of reporting out about this show. If you haven't checked out the web series, go to YouTube. It drops every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, Hershey LaCour was born in St. Louis, grown in Atlanta, Georgia. He's a new reality star. He's a TikTok personality and one of the best up-and-coming drag queens in the LA scene. She's your best friend. She's your homegirl. She's your favorite auntie from the legendary house of Jete in Los Angeles, California. She is Hershey LaCour Jete. So let's try to bring her on. Yes.
Hi.
Yes.
What's going on?
Can y'all hear me?
Hey, Hershey. Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. How are you?
Another day, another quarter, child. Ain't nothing going on.
Another day, another quarter. Well, you look good. Your skin is popping. The hair is hairing.
Thank you.
Melanin is popping. Okay, purr.
We see you now. We're gonna try to make sure that Darren doesn't fangirl out during this interview because he has been talking about you since the premiere of this show. He was following you on TikTok beforehand. So if his computer freeze, just know that it wasn't his computer. It was him. He's stuck.
Not I'm stuck.
He's stuck.
No, but for real, like, oh my goodness. So like, I've been on TikTok. I started doing videos of my own, and I started following people. And you're one of the people that I follow because I know you get into a lot of debates. And I was just like, okay, well, that's cool. Derek had told me about Chasing LA, and I looked at the cast, and I'm like, what? Okay, all right. So how is it though? How is it? Did you start off on TikTok? Well, I'm sorry. See, look.
Right, he gave you. Okay, so we're gonna start. We'll start with a little background about Hershey.
Right, a little background. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So Hershey, you told me that you're from St. Louis. Yeah. And but you were raised in Atlanta. Before becoming a reality star, what was life like for you? Like, have you always been in drag? Did you start drag when you were in Atlanta, or did you do it in LA? Or like, what was your journey from just your everyday life moving into the lane of an entertainer?
So when I say grown in Atlanta, I was grown in Atlanta. I lived in St. Louis till I was like 22, from birth to 22. Okay. And that's when I started drag. Tyler Perry, unfortunately, was my introduction to drag. So I started playing around with wigs and stuff after watching his plays and videos and stuff. And then that dramatic, long story short, that bumped into YouTube. So I started making my own YouTube videos and all that whatnot. And it still gags, like people pop up on TikTok saying they remember me from YouTube, which still gags me to this day because I did not think I was that important. But YouTube went into, and I used to tell people all the time, like, I'm never going to do drag. Girl, those girls do entirely too much. I'm not trying to do all that. Like, that's too much. But there was a competition in St. Louis, and they were giving $500 out. So I was like, oh, that's nothing. I can win it. I was like 21 at the time, so I was like, oh, talent portion, I'll kill that.
Mm-hmm.
So I walked in. I invited like 20 people. Walked into the dressing room with this dollar store palette of eyeshadow only, and I stole my sister's prom dress. And I thought I was about to just annihilate everybody. I walked into the dressing room. These girls had assistants and wigs and, and mirrors, jewelry. It was like the scene of a movie. I froze and just looked at everybody like, oh. And I just ran. I like dipped to the bathroom. So one of the queens that was in the dressing room, she like saw me and like followed me into the bathroom and came in there and saw me crying. She was like, "Oh, honey, what's wrong? Like, what's the problem?" So I'm blubbering and trying to explain to her why I can't leave because 20 people. If this had been a regular day, I would have just left. 20 people are coming to see me. So
Right.
like, I'm blubbering like, oh, I just can't. And like, you guys look so beautiful. And I just got this eyeshadow. Like, what am I going to do? So she's like, girl, hush. And brought me back to the room. And like each queen, like that was in the competition, like gave me something to use. So that was my official introduction to drag.
Okay. So wait, so were you always you weren't with the House of Jate before. So
no.
after your first competition, or after that experience of doing drag, did you move into like a drag house, or did you have like a drag mother, or like?
My drag house didn't come until like literally 2 years ago. So I was like doing drag for maybe 4 years before I had a drag mother. And that's because I had found my own style of doing drag because I started professionally in Atlanta. So in Atlanta, for the most part, those are pageant queens, gowns, hairs to the ceiling, all that stuff. And that's not what I saw my drag as at the time. So nobody really saw it for me. So that's why I didn't have a mother. Okay. I didn't get my performance style and everything down until I moved out here. And that's when I really like made my like craft crispy. So my sister, Cornbread, her name is Cornbread Jate. She saw me first and was like, girl, why you ain't in the house yet? And I was like, oh, girl, ain't nobody checking for me. She was like, okay, fine. A week later, that's when Calypso, that's my drag mama, Calypso, she texted me. She was like, okay, you in the House of Jate now. And that's me making a long, dramatic story short. Like, me and Calypso had seen each other, like, on and off on the scene up until then. So she's always been watching me, but she never really said anything to me about being in the house. It was Cornbread that got me in the house. And Calypso was like, okay, she's cool.
Okay. So you turned that, I'm pretty sure, over the past year and a half of us being locked down.
Yeah.
You turned your drag into a media personality through TikTok. What was that like for you, going from now being a live performer and then having to kind of jump back to social media after your YouTube days and trying to like do these little 15, 60-second videos and building a community there? Like, what made you want to do it that way?
Oh, well, TikTok still owed me $600. So there was this campaign going around when TikTok was trying to pop, and they hired a bunch of queens, myself included, and they gave us $600. We just had to be on TikTok promoting for a month. And I don't think they expected TikTok to really take off, but of course the pandemic happened, and boom. So they owe a lot of us $600 that they still haven't given me.
TikTok ain't paid you. What?
Oh no,
there's a lot of us that did not get our money. But I'm always in, like, even in the drag community, I'm always in what is considered controversial stuff. Like, I say my opinion. Like, if I feel some type of way about something, I'm going to say it. So it was nothing to be in the TikTok space and I see somebody said something that didn't make no sense. I'd be like, oh no, girl, that's not right what you just said. That gets me in a lot of trouble actually out here in LA too, because on the drag community, they'll get into some stuff or say some stuff that don't make no sense to me. So I'll be telling the younger queens, no, girl, you ain't got to deal with that. That don't sound right. No.
Right. No, and I think like the last topic, because I feel like every since I've been on TikTok, every week is a new topic. You know, this topic was the whole bisexuals, women not wanting to date bisexuals or whatever, and it's still kind of lingering on TikTok. I'm like,
they will not leave me alone.
No, for real. I'm looking at your videos. I'm like, yo, it's people in the comments stitching your videos, you stitching them. Like, I'm like, yo, it's I don't get it. I said it on one of my videos. It's like we don't ever come to like a common ground with these topics. It's always very divisive. I will say, not saying you, but I'm just saying on both sides I see it, because I do see both sides like attacking each other, and it's like, come on now, we can't.
I see it, and the way I explained it to some people, because some people I am in my comments like having actual conversations with. It's only those like 7 or 8 that's trying to make a moment out of it instead of talking about it. Like that Clitoris, whatever her name is. I can't stand that child.
Oh, the one that taps the mic. That's what I call her. Yeah.
Woo. So there's some people that want to talk, and some people like her that just want to make moments. She just wants to be seen. So I let people like her be seen. But some people do want to talk about it. And the way I see it is, we're in a space where everybody's tired of what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but everybody's trying to be seen, but nobody's really trying to listen. Especially with that conversation, I hear, because we were having, to be specific, we were having a conversation with Black women. And I hear what they're saying, and I hear exactly how they feel on the subject, but it doesn't apply to the overall situation, if that makes sense. Like, I get what they were trying to say. I get that they feel like they're under pressure, but it doesn't really apply to the overall conversation that we're having. So it turns into a whole bunch of stuff. Like, it is people on both sides attacking, but I feel like there is a common ground, just nobody's trying to hear what that is right now.
Right. Well, there seems to be a common place for you to be trying to be a mediator and listening to both sides and making people hear each other. Because on this is your breakout role on reality TV on Chasing LA. And since the premiere, you have kind of been the voice of reason. You've been labeled the voice of reason for the show. You don't seem to be with the drama as much as some of the other personalities are.
Who, buddy?
We
just met each other.
Right, and that we just met each other. How we are like. How we fight like that, like this woman done stole your man or something. Like y'all don't know each other. This is the first time we're meeting, and I think that you kind of echo what the viewer. You're like a viewer that's on the cast. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, how y'all know each other? You know what I mean? So for when we've had Jayla on the show, we've had Q on the show, and so we want your perspective. How did you find your way onto Chasing LA? Like, did you audition for it?
It was on accident.
On the show?
It was on. I just finished the last episode of Chasing Dallas. It was around this time last year, actually. I finished the last episode of Chasing Dallas, and just a random thought. I was laying up with my boyfriend. I was just random. I wonder if they casting in LA. It was literally just a random thought, and I went to the Chasing Reality main page and saw they had just concluded the auditions.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I'll just wait till next season, whatever, that's fine. So I followed Q, I followed Ondario, and I followed the producer who was with us at the time, Blake. She's not with us anymore. And it was Blake who actually reached out to me and was like, I see these pictures. Like, why didn't you audition for the show? And I was like, oh, girl, it's fine. I'll wait till next season. I waited too late. And she was like, no, send me a tape. How soon can you send a tape? I said, give me till tomorrow. So I woke up the next day, sent the tape, and they casted me the next week. I was the last one casted on the show.
Oh, very good. Look at God. What are you doing?
Congratulations.
What are you doing? You're right on time. All right. So now, given the certain situations, now this last episode, because we're going to catch people up. This last episode, we got a chance to get to know you more. We've seen you over the past 4 episodes kind of being a voice of reason and trying to cool the temperature between different parties, especially from that crazy dinner right, and your expressions be killing me. Like when y'all went hiking and you were literally laying there like, well, bitch, I'm gonna stretch while y'all
over here arguing.
Yes, right.
The genuine move was like, we just got again. What is the problem?
Like, y'all need therapy. Is what y'all need. You need therapy. So you shared your story, and I want you to be able to speak on it. But there was a moment between you and Quan the Poet and Jayla that you hosted at your house, and you got a chance to tell us about what 2020 was like for you.
Yes.
And we didn't get a chance to see you for that journey, but I know that it's probably going to be a really, really inspirational thing going forward for you. So I'm gonna let you tell us what you shared.
Tell us. Oh well, yeah. Well,
shared in.
Without making it too dramatic, because listen, I did not mean to cry in that confessional because that's not my style. Yeah. But like it just was a lot of things happening back to back to back. So of course it started with the job. I was working at a hotel. They had just gave us two raises. Like they gave us back to back raises. And I got a promotion. And I just brought my little car for my birthday. So like I was good. But then, you know, the job went first, and then unemployment was up and down, acting a fool. Of course, you didn't know how you was gonna pay your rent. Yeah. Come November, I'm just my drag mother Calypso. She works for Reach LA, and she was like, she was trying to get people in to take testing for the center so they can get funding, so they can show people are coming in and getting their tests. And we got a $50 gift card for, I think it was like Target or something. I just heard money, so I was like, oh, $50, girl, I can go take that real quick. So went in with my friend Espy, took the test, and it came back positive. My immediate reaction, and I can sit and laugh at it now, but my immediate reaction at the time, like I checked out, it was like an out of body experience. Like I was looking at myself and I just froze. And I actually went back to apologize to those people because I scared the hell out of them, because I like checked out and I was just like staring into blank space. So they asked me, do you want to take it again? I was like, yeah, just run it again. Let's do it one more time. Come on. That ain't right. That's not right. So they tested again and came back positive, and I was no good. I checked out. I had to think about, my mindset was on, well, what am I going to do now? Like, what is this going to look like next? I couldn't, just hearing it, I just couldn't fathom, like,
yeah,
I couldn't take it. And then it brought back a whole bunch of stuff that I like had buried for literally up until that point, like years. Before my boyfriend, my last encounter like with a partner, I was raped. So after that situation, I cut men off, period. Like I wasn't doing anything with anybody. I didn't want to be touched. Yeah. And I had to while that was happening, I took that test maybe like it was either the week before the show or the week after our first filming. It was week before or week after. I can't remember, but that's why I was so checked out in that first episode, because I just was still in.
You just found out?
Say it again. You
had just found out before y'all started taping?
Literally, when we started taping, I found out. I can't remember if it was the week before or the week after. So yeah, I was going through that the whole time. Yeah, and then on top of that drag, when December came, California had cut off everybody's unemployment. So we had no money to pay our rent or anything. Like stuff was happening back to back to back. So I checked out of everything. It was a lot, because I'm starting to babble. I literally I checked out of everything. So all they arguing and stuff, girl, I was like, every time I got to a group event, I was like, girl, this again, like I can get house.
Right.
For real.
I ain't got time. Right. But no, I had to revisit. I just had to tell some honest truths to myself. Like, on top of being assaulted, I had to be honest with myself about, okay, it's easy to say, yeah, that man might have did it, but was I really taking care of myself that whole time up to then? Like, was I really strapping up each time I had a session? Like, and what's messed up about it is I never really know. So that's why I'm honest. I was being honest in the show. Like, I'm never going to know. I'm being honest with myself. I don't know how I feel. Like, I just got to get to today. I'm good. I just need to get to tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'll get to the day after that, because I'm not going to act like it's easy, because I'm still working through saying, I was assaulted. And after that, I got to work through saying, okay, now I have HIV. Actually, saying I have HIV is easier than getting through the part of being assaulted, because I still got to deal with that.
Yeah, that's
that. Yeah.
Yourself.
Are you so? I probably used to do what your house mother or your drag mother is doing. I worked at an LGBTQ youth center, and we would refer them to services, and we'd host events as far as for testing and things like that. And so there have been times when we'd have clients who would come in and they'd get tested, and we'd have to share with them their results, and then kind of refer them to services. Like, okay, first thing we're going to do is going to go let a doctor check you out to make sure there's nothing else that's going on with you. And then the next thing is to link you to a therapist or link you to a counselor that will be able to help you kind of mentally deal with this new information. And then we'll set you up so we can, you know, plan your life out so you can be healthier and whole. So with you sharing that part of your story last night, what are some of the other steps that you have taken to make sure that you are, you know, mentally good? Like, I know that you said you're still dealing with the fact that you were sexually assaulted before that. Are you currently in therapy? Are you in counseling? Are you participating in support groups? Have you found, outside of your boyfriend, have you found a support system and put something around you to kind of help you through this process?
For the most, I haven't seeked any. Like, I did reach out for professional help when I first got diagnosed, as far as therapy, because I'm in a program now that, you know, gives me assistance with all that. But I didn't follow up with it because it was still a struggle to like hear it. When I first happened, the only reason I had enough strength to like put it on the show was because I had just talked to my other friend, who, when we were in Atlanta together, he was diagnosed. And we were going through how he felt about like saying it out loud and the stuff. We have similar experiences as far as our background, like growing up through church and how we feel about our parents and our families. And me saying it out loud was me speaking it for him. And I'm kind of using that as my therapy right now. Just saying it out loud is helping me because he's not in or to my understanding, I don't want to speak for him, but to my understanding, he's not in a space where he can freely say it to a lot of people. And all I see right now is even in my inbox right now, a lot of people are messaging me saying that they don't know how to say the words. And I think while I'm moving through the getting through it process so fast is because I don't know. I'm trying to word it correctly. I'm not good on my words. Sorry. I want to. There's a lot of shame. I think HIV wins a lot of time because of the shame that we get like thrown at us for a mistake that anybody can make and get caught up with at any time. Like nobody is safe from it. And because we have it, we're like demonized for it. I saw my friend demonized for it. I've seen a whole bunch of people demonized for it. I'm not guilt-free in demonizing other people for having it. So I don't know, it was something freeing in expressing it and then getting all that back from people who also have it in here. And just, I'm glad that you said the words because sometimes I can't. So that's how I'm working my way through it, being being honest with myself and being honest with what I'm going through and not trying to bury it anymore. Because that, you know, that only got me so far. Like I buried it for as long as I could. Now I gotta you gotta deal with it. Now you gotta live in it.
Yeah. And I felt like that scene was very important for a lot of people that you just said that has trouble saying it.
Yeah.
Now was this, you sharing that on the show, was that the first time that maybe your family and friends heard it, or had you already gone through the process of being able to share? Because first of all, it's nobody's business in the first place. But also from what I've seen is that that's also a process of kind of sharing and kind of I won't say catharsis, but like to being like, I'm a person living with HIV. I'm not a person with HIV, but I'm a person living with this, you know, just like somebody that has diabetes, or just like somebody that has such and such, it comes with a different level of care and like just for your own health. Have you had conversations with your family and friends, or was this the announcement that we saw last night?
The only people I told up until that particular moment was my boyfriend, of course, because I wanted him to go get tested you gotta go get tested right now. And then I told my sister who lived with me at the time. But as far as literally everybody else I know, that was the announcement. My mom is in my phone right now.
Oh wow!
So your mom found out last night.
Yes.
Like the rest of us. Oh wow! Well, we may have to bring you back. I want to know what that conversation was like, honey, because I'm sure that I'm sure that because you're from the South. I guess Missouri is considered the South, right?
Midwest, yeah.
Midwest.
South adjacent, yeah.
South is kind of like that. You know, I have a mom, and I know that being the parent of first of all, a Black gay man, period, there's so many fears that come with it. And you also spoke about when you came out, it was like, we just don't get sick.
Yeah.
That's immediately the first thing you think of is like, okay, well, this is the lifestyle that you're in, and it's associated with the AIDS epidemic, right? So the first thing you think is you're gonna go out there and you're gonna catch that.
Yeah.
That's the big bad wolf, right?
Yeah.
It was said to me too. Yeah, that
right.
was...
And that can be something really heavy to carry even when you don't have it. Right. Because this, like you said, the stigma and the shame that comes with it, people automatically think that we're nasty or that, we're carrying disease, like we're like rabid dogs or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And I know that if you do have a good relationship with your mother, I'm sure that's going to be a very heart-wrenching conversation, but there may be a moment of healing there and compassion. I hope that's what you get in that conversation. So we want to be too heavy.
No,
right. we want to be too heavy because you were here during the pre-show when I was trying to put myself together. I told Quentin when we were reaching you before the show, I was like, I'm sitting here, got me tearing up at this TV and hugging through the screen.
I know, like I was like, oh my god!
Like, no.
I didn't expect that. Everybody said that. I really didn't expect that reaction from everybody. I genuinely did not.
You're the fave. That's what happens.
Yes.
So you are a person that I think an objective viewer can connect with you because you don't seem to be acting as much as some of your other castmates. Like it seems like a lot of them.
Yeah.
They put on,
right. Like that red light comes on, and then like they flip the switch.
Honey,
be like, and it's like every scene you just like, what is? I think you and Jeremy. Because Jeremy be like,
what's going on?
Right,
Oh yeah, I had to be like, who? Oh yeah, that's
right.
Oh no, they love Jeremy.
Right, what is happening here?
No, I think Jayla and Alicia, they was like all over him. I was like, okay.
Oh, who? Jeremy? Oh, oh, well,
child, they love them some Jeremy, child.
Lord Jesus. So now we get to get into the mess. We get to get into the mess. So this last episode, there was this explosive scene that happened at the Love and Hate party that was hosted by Andre, or Akon, Mr.
Akon.
Boop, 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 boop. Missy Elliott Whisperer himself, and T-Pain and Quan. I ask you the same question, like throughout the season, like it's like every show there's like this, there's an explosion, right? There's always drama. There's gonna be a fight. Is there a moment where there's like real healing that takes place in you all as a group collectively, like,
You mean with everybody?
Well, yeah, I mean, as a cast, as a group, yeah, like when you get to the other side of these all of it seems really petty at the moment. Just from what we're seeing, it's like the level of intensity that people are approaching these situations with just seems kind of misplaced, and it does seem like they're carrying. You know what I mean? And there are people who critique the show. There are people who are part of your production house that critique the show.
Right, like less.
Right, but as far as like, with you being in the group, is that the role that you play? Do you feel that you play that role for them? Like, is that going to be your thing where you're the one that kind of like makes people kind of?
I don't think that in particular is my role. I think I do when it comes to everybody's issue with the other person, I see exactly where it started and why it is the way it is now. I think the reason why the issues are remaining issues is because some people in the group don't want to get past what it is because they want to be right in their separate situations. And I said it I think it was the second episode. Like, I can get past the fact that we had a rough first night because the filming was weird. Production kind of had a switch like at the beginning of our season, production kind of had a switch and it kind of threw us all off. It's all our first time doing this. I see where everybody kind of got thrown off. Right. If everybody took 2 seconds, which is speaking for myself, which is what I did. Like, I could have been mad, like, just using an example, King Payne had his comment at the beginning. I could have took that and ran with that for the rest of the season. It was, for me, it was no reason to. I took a step back. Okay, girl,
But the difference is in how you handled it. You showed him that the girls get coin. You invited him to see you collect your coins and ducats, and it shut it down all the way. Like it's
nothing else to talk about.
Right.
There's nothing else to talk. And that's what I'm getting at. I think everybody just the arguments that you see happen all the way to the end. To me personally, and they can feel however they're gonna feel about it. To me, is them not wanting to get past it. It's them wanting to be right in their arguments, not wanting to get past it. Because the arguments that they're having, they can if they really wanted to. If they wanted to be over it, they could have been.
Okay. So, what advice would you give to other newcomers? Have you all wrapped the season, or are you all still taping?
I think I was supposed to have a certain ending for the show, but Q is asking me to film something else because I don't think we're gonna be able to use it. But I'm gonna talk about it at the end of the our wrap. You
all are still in production. Okay.
Yeah.
So we still have more to see of you. We didn't want to
not as far as group scenes and shit like that. No, we don't. But as far as like adding little tidbits, like extra stuff for y'all to see, that.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So now that, like I said, we're gonna get to the mess. Two people. Who are your two favorite cast members that you feel are your closest? Like, who are your two ride or dies on the cast?
I'm the closest to right now. Would be Jeremy and Quan.
Jeremy and Quan. Yeah. All right. And who are the two people on the cast that you would totally social distance from in the real world?
Like, not talk to him ever again?
That you would be totally comfortable.
None of them, honestly. None of them. I don't have an issue with anybody. That's not me trying to be politically correct. That's because I've got to know these people, so they're all actually, like, believe it or not, Andre King, Fran, all of them are actually really sweet people. Mm-hmm. They just got thrown into a situation that I don't think none of them were prepared to like navigate.
Okay.
Like, it may sound tacky, but I like watched reality TV and like studied reality TV before I got on this. So like I knew. Like, we cool with production, but the production still has a job to do.
Right.
So I wasn't going to give them anything that they could use against me.
You did bring up, Derek, you brought up Fran. We talked about this a couple episodes ago about, like, the whole being, the
non-binary
and the non-binary thing. Yeah, because we kind of see that come back up towards the end of this little argument or whatever. And it's like, I want to be respectful. You get what I'm saying? But it's like, boy, come on now. It looked a little convenient when he was like, "Oh no, I'm not." Okay, well, we didn't know that.
Well, for the record, he identifies as non-binary.
Yeah,
which is his gender expression.
Yeah,
right. But I think the argument was the when she was referring to him, and I'm talking about Alicia Love. She called him a gay man.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, well, him being gay or him liking men could be correct. Should she have called them a gay them, and it would be okay? I was so confused by that whole.
So with that moment, she.
And we'll probably Fred. We're gonna get you on the show, and we'll. Get that
was one of the examples of, like, the whole first night. I tell everybody the first night to me was alcohol and misunderstandings. Like, everybody was drinking, everybody was lit, and then everybody kept misunderstanding what the other person was trying to say.
But again, alcohol and misunderstandings. That sounds like a mixtape.
Look at you, artists.
Right, I'm like alcohol and
misunderstandings. I think that whole situation could have got passed if, first of all, the first thing that happened was Jayla and Alicia were misunderstanding each other, and they were into it. And Fran tried to jump in. Alicia did say he was a gay man. That was her perception. And when he said, "Don't call me a man, you don't know what I am, you don't know what I identify as," she did ask, "Well, what are you? What do you identify as?" And he didn't answer her in that moment. He didn't answer her.
Well, he was already on the defensive then.
He was already. That's what I'm saying. Misunderstanding. It was already gone. All Fran had to do was say, "I identify as non-binary," and Alicia would have said, "Well, you need to." Basically, what Alicia wanted was them out of,
right.
Them out of the conversation.
Let them have
grown women business, basically.
Exactly. And I think the only reason, not that it makes it right, But the only reason he was saying that, or they were saying, see, here I go. The only reason that Fran was saying that, well, you're a man, I think that was just, you know, they were already trying to cut each other at the throat.
Right.
So he threw a dagger, and it just was a little bit bigger on screen. That whole night, that like they cut a lot out. That night was at least like 3 to 3.5 hours, I'll say at least, of just argument back to back to back. Once 2 finished, 2 more got started, and then 3 more got started after that.
Well, we only got to see 5 people engage in each other. What did we miss?
Exactly.
So what? So spill the tea. What did we miss?
You missed Quan and Alicia, Q and Quan and Alicia.
You got to at the table.
Yes, this is on the table. Quan and Alicia got into it. D. Hawkins and Alicia got into it. Jayla.
This is over the Coke situation, right?
That's when the Coke situation popped up.
Okay.
Kingpin and Andre, of course. Fran and Jayla had a little tit for tat.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I thought they were. Oh,
they're cool, but it was a small tit for tat that they kind of like Jayla had to check Fran a little bit, and then they got into it. There were 2 blow ups where they like everybody got up and left the table. Just that night was, and this is me trying to remember, like this is 6 months ago at this point. Like the first night was a lot, and then all the arguments that you're seeing now is people not getting over that first night.
That first night. It's child. I mean, the grudges.
I mean,
like,
what's your sign though?
Sagittarius. I have a Sagittarius sun, Aries moon, Leo rising.
Sagittarius. Wow. Okay, so I'm a Libra. Right. I don't know why I thought you was a Libra, because like it just seemed like you give off Libra energy.
I got a Libra in my chart somewhere. I think it's my Uranus.
My Uranus? Is that what
Uranus? How you say
we real balanced.
Not mine, it's Uranus. But yeah, as an Aries, I feel like in that situation, I probably would have been like, check please after the first hour. And I'm gonna catch y'all at the next event.
No, listen. So that was me. I was trying to get but the waitress would not. She was so scared she wouldn't come back because I was just trying to get my beverage. I was at least
I got my drink. He was like,
what y'all saw of the drink, when y'all saw every time y'all saw me with the drink, that was an hour and a half into the arguments. I didn't get my drink for an hour and a half. I counted. So we were already deep into the arguments by the time I got my drink.
So these people arguing and mad and drunk while you sitting there sober.
And confused.
Hell no.
Sober and confused. That's another big favorite. That's what I was understanding. Sober and confused.
It's one thing I hate: 2 drunk people arguing when I'm so child.
You be like, y'all better cut it out before I slap both of y'all. Take a nap.
Me this whole time.
We're very good. Well, tell the people, what can we look forward to seeing you? Huh? Well, before the show, you know, my boyfriend is a super fan of Miss LaCour. And I had this question down in my notebook, but I wasn't gonna ask her. Like, okay, maybe we can get to the mess, but not too much mess.
That's fine.
D. Hawkins makeup episode.
That's none of my business.
Now, see, we wasn't even gonna mention.
Look.
So the only reason
we all have our burdens to bear.
Right. The only reason I brought that up is because we're all friends, and I think, D. Hawkins has his own like style. Like, I love the stuff that he wears. Like, I would probably wear everything that he has. However, we were kind of like shell shocked when the confessional came out and he was looking like Tammy Roman from season 1, and it wasn't adding up. Like, it was like, wait, what is happening? Like, I know he had the last scene we saw him, makeup artist.
He said he was trying to stir up controversy. He was trying to get the people talking because he had just dropped his new song last week. So he wanted to get the people talking, and that he did too.
So that confession was taped recently.
That one was taped maybe like it's May now, maybe like a month ago.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense. So I was like, well, because the last episode, like, I'm like, damn, he grew his beard back fast as hell. Like,
I thought it was makeup too. I'm like, ooh, okay.
I'm like, no, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I was, and people, everybody has been inboxing me, and I'm assuming Jayla and Alicia saying, "Why do y'all help him with that makeup?" And
Why?
I wasn't
Why do
consulted.
y'all help him? Why y'all ain't nobody like of all the people that are on the show that deal with makeup daily, whether it's personally or professionally? Like there had to be somebody like says, "Let me just come to you real quick."
I was not consulted.
We're gonna work on that. We got to make sure this is a team effort. Okay, when one look bad, everybody look bad. Okay.
I was not consulted.
We said that's none of my business.
Hey, none of my business, child.
Well, for season 2, we're gonna make sure, Quinn, if you listen, if you watching, just make sure that before they do these confessionals, just consult the people with the brush.
Somebody.
You like it, I love it.
That's where I'm at.
It scared me. We didn't know what was happening because at first I was like, "Who is this?"
And let me tell you something.
Right.
Production is messy too, because if you go back and watch that episode, his very first confessional, they did a slow pan up to his face. I said, y'all knew what y'all were doing when y'all did that. I said, Q, you messy, and you knew what you were doing. And I won't be convinced any other way.
I was like, "No, wait a minute." Now I'm like, "No, we about to tip into like a Jalen, Lauren England storyline." I didn't know what was happening.
Baby.
But it was fierce, and not in the fierce way. It was fierce as in like, "Oh my God, what's happening here?"
No, my God.
Oh
you
my
know
God.
what? You go to commit to it. You make the decision, commit to it. Is all I knew to say.
But he can send me that wig. He can send me that wig.
He can't send me that unit.
Right. Send me the wig. Send me the wig. Send me the piece. Okay.
He did that.
Well, thank you so much, Hershey, for joining us today. We won't take too much of your time, but you were such a pleasure to have. Let the people know where they can find you and follow you and what we can look forward to seeing you next. Oh, wait, stop. Before you do that, are you going to audition for RuPaul's Drag Race?
I cannot legally answer that.
Oh my God. No, because I asked that when you were live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We can't legally answer. If we apply, we cannot legally confirm or deny.
Right. Which means that you applied because you can't confirm or deny. So tell people where we can find you. You know what I'm talking
about? Across all social media. So TikTok, Instagram, and what else do I do? Twitter, HERSHIILIQCOUR.
All right. Well, your information will be in the description. And thank you so much.
It's never too late to tip a drag queen. Hershey L, HERSHII, and HERSHIIL on Cash App and Venmo. It's never too late to tip a drag queen.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining the show. Thank you for having the patience that you did, because I ran into some technical difficulties before we started recording, and I may appear good now, but hey, I'm me.
I said, look, I was back here. I was backstage, like, please don't throw the computer, friend. Don't do
it.
I said, don't do it.
No, because this is an important interview, like, for real. But thank you so much for staying with us and coming on the show. And I hope you listeners enjoy watching this episode. Until next time, I am your host, Darren Green.
I'm Prince Derek Dahl.
And this is Darren Green. This is the Darren Green Show signing out. Bye, y'all. We're going to stop that live right now. There we go. Oh, he left. Oh, why we